everybody, and welcome along to Transfer Talk. So, where are we with this at the moment?
So Manchester United, we know, have really struggled to score goals in the last 12 months, something Ruben Amorim has highlighted many a time. And as we understand it, Manchester United have held initial talks with RB Leipzig over Benjamin Šeško. 13 goals in the Bundesliga last season. And we were just talking about earlier, Jay, that he's got a variety of goals, didn't he? And that is something I think Ruben Amorim wants in his team, not just the lack of goals, but someone who can work in his system. And I mean, what do you think, Jay, in terms of Šeško and what you could add to the Premier League?
Yeah, obviously he's a young player as well. When I look at his all-round game, he to me is exactly what Man United need. They need someone that is good in the box, that's a good finisher. He's very cute as well. He makes really good runs. You know, he goes to feet and then checks in behind and vice versa. He scores all different goals. He's a very strong player. But the way Man United will play with the two number 10s, they need a focal point. And even though Højlund he's been good in games. You've seen he went for a season. In the part of the season last year where he scored a few goals and he was on a bit of a run. But ultimately, I feel like Šeško could be that upgrade where, especially when they're putting balls on the box from wide areas, he's that kind of fox in the box, but then he's got that imagination as well to get involved in the game a bit more than Højlund does. Højlund is young. He's still learning, especially, you know, in the Premier League. And that's not to say, you know, Šeško, he needs to get used to the Premier League as well.
Well, one thing I would say is, you know, there will be inevitable comparisons between Šeško and Rasmus Højlund, but when Manchester United signed Rasmus Højlund for a lot of money, has to be said, 2 summers ago, Rasmus Højlund was going to a very different Manchester United team. When he made his Premier League debut against Brighton, the other attacking options was an injury-ravaged Anthony Martial. Marcus Rashford didn't know his best position in that team. You had Alejandro Garnacho, who's just 19 years old as well, and Ahmad, who was quite young in that team as well. If Šeško does join Manchester United, Højlund as well coming back into this team this season. You're backed up now by Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, and Bruno Fernandes may be playing in a deeper position. So the situation both of these strikers would be playing in is completely different.
Now, and also when they played Bournemouth the other day, didn't they? And you know, Areola was talking, and he said they're going to be a proper team this year. And they played some really good football, scored goals obviously, which is important. And you know, even though Bournemouth have lost players, they're no pushover. They're still a good side. Still got a very good manager. So it was good to see that. I think it's going to be a great Premier League this year. I can't wait for it, honestly.
So many good signings. He said it, Šeško. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on board.
Šeško. I don't know about that.
But we're going to get started with Manchester United, because yesterday we reported that the club are interested in the Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma. This is big news, isn't it? Dan, just tee this up for us. How far down the line are we with a potential?
Look, I think it's important to say at first that, you know, very tentative. You know, United are interested in Donnarumma. And when you look at their goalkeeping situation at the moment, Andre Onana, he is on tour with Manchester United at the moment, but he's out with a hamstring injury. United have had previous interest in Donnarumma in 2017 when he was at AC Milan. He then renewed his contract then. But really at this stage, it's just interest. And Donnarumma is entering the final 12 months of his contract at PSG. We know he's a Euros winner, of course, beating England a few summers ago. And of course, a Champions League winner now with that PSG team we saw at the end of last season. So we'll have to wait and see where United's interest goes, if that turns into a formal bid. But, I mean, Jay, I'd ask you, is that where they need to strengthen right away?
I mean, definitely. I think most teams, if they could sign Donnarumma, there's going to be an upgrade on their keeper. I mean, he's one of the best in the world. I'd argue probably top 3 in the world. Obviously, he won the Champions League last year. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's a different kind of goalkeeper to Onana. Of course, we see Onana, even though he had an indifferent season last year, there were some very good moments, but then there was a lot of mistakes, and obviously with them mistakes, it's highlighted. You remember those mistakes. So I can understand why Man United would be looking at Donnarumma.